This ain't a car game, but in perspective it's the same. Put two and two together, Mobb.
It was a pleasure to work with him. You know what I'm saying? Smart individual. You know what I mean? And you know, it's not that many times in life you get to be around somebody like that with that level of thinking. You know what I mean? So if anything, you would want to get around something like that and just, you know, learn some things about, you know what I'm saying, like how you do that, like, you know what I'm saying, and just listen. You don't gotta ask questions. And you know, I learned a lot from being around the situation. You know what I'm saying? Dope. I learnd to be, you know, you got to be a big thinker.
Dealing with the industry for so many years, what were some of the, you know, down parts of, you know, going through, I guess, the learning process? Because for the most part, when I speak to a lot of guys who's been in the industry, they say it's the type of game where you get taken advantage of first till you learn the business. What was that for you as far as like learning the business, and what was some of the harder things dealing with the industry?
You know, one thing I learned about the industry is that, you know, nobody don't really care about you to the degree that you would care about yourself, right? So if people don't see you caring about yourself, they're not going to care about you. So you really got to mind your business. You have to pay attention to your business. You know what I mean? Very much so. And people are out here to jerk you, and you got to be wary of that.
Did you go through those times as well? Was it difficult, labels and things like that, or was your transition a little easier? And when did you start getting hip to understanding how to deal with the business, being so young?
It took me a while. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you know, ups and downs. You know what I mean? People that didn't really have your best interests at heart. It took a lot of fuck ups, you know what I mean, to really realize that you just got to pay more attention to your business. It's not just making music, it's business too.
And at the same time, what was the highs of dealing with the industry, dealing with all of this, you know, new machine, you know what I'm saying, getting that type of support?
The highs of the business is like, you know, you know, getting the gold plaques and doing the tours and making all of the money, and you know what I'm saying, and the endorsement deals. It's just, you know, those are some of the high points, you know, that you have to appreciate, because that's what you get in the game to do, you know what I mean, to be successful.
No talk. For new artists coming in, if you could give them any advice about once they actually secure the bag and they got the money and they got the attention in the eyes, what are some of the things that they should watch out for, be ready for?
I would tell them to get ready for a rainy day. You understand what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you know, being on top don't last forever. You know what I mean? And to really, you know, not to jinx yourself, but be prepared for that day when you just not on top, and you know, invest. You know what I mean? And use your fame and fortune as a stepping stone to something else. Music, that should just be the stepping stone.
Okay. I wanted to ask you something that I know that didn't get out to the people from last time we spoke. Your relationship with Tupac, what was that like?
My relationship with Tupac was non-existent. I didn't have no relationship with him. I never met him. You know what I mean? The only time I saw him was at, I think, like Jack the Rapper at some music convention down in Atlanta back in the days in like 1993.
Before y'all got into any type of
I didn't know him, and I'm sure he didn't know us. You know what I'm saying? I saw him. I only knew him because of the movies and some of the records he had dropped. I didn't know him. You know what I mean? But then when, you know, he mentioned our name on the record, even at that point, I knew that I never met him. So I always was curious to what was the beef was about.
Yeah. So what sparked that? Why he? You still to this day don't know why he mentioned that?
I don't know for sure, because only he knows for sure, or maybe somebody that was around him probably would know. What I'm guessing is that on the record "Survival of the Fittest" that we said "Thug Life, we still living it." Survival of the fittest, strong thug life, we still we living this till the day that we die. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he was like, yo, I'm Thug Life. You know, we wasn't saying no.
Okay.
We wasn't giving a subliminal. You know, we had did the hook, and my little cousin from Brooklyn, he just was like, "Yo, thug life, we still living it." I mean, you know, Tupac, what he got? He didn't have it copywritten or nothing like that. I mean, thugs is thug. Like we was thug life, still living it for real. So I think he could have took offense to that. Maybe, I'm guessing, I could be totally wrong, but that's my only explanation. If you ask me if I had to guess, I would guess that. But you know, even then, you know, I still liked Tupac.
What was it like when y'all was in the thick of it, though? You know what I'm saying? The back and forth, him coming at y'all. Because outside looking in, you would think it's war. Like
right. I didn't know him. So, I mean, you know, of course, I was like, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Me and P was like, fuck that nigga. We made a record to diss the nigga. You know, drop a gem on him. You know, God bless her dead. You know, in rap, when, you know what I'm saying, you got to beef with somebody. I mean, now we can look back on it and be like, you know, it wasn't really about nothing. You know what I mean? And, you know, much love to Tupac. But at the time, you know what I mean? You know, we didn't give a fuck. If it could have been anybody that would have said something about us, we still would have been like, fuck them, and let's make a record going back at them. Excuse me.
It seemed like it was very competitive, man. Like just you know, that whole time, man, from not just, you know, on a battling or beefing type of thing, just you had Wu-Tang, Biggie, like so many great artists dropping at that time. For you guys, how was it, I guess, for y'all ego, for just, you know, knowing that y'all coming from where y'all coming from, the projects and all of that, and being able to be looked at on that level with these other supreme artists?
I mean, you know, I kind of didn't look at this.
For every rhyme I write, it's 25 to life. There was so much to got you trust, safeguard of my life.